President Biden has taken a significant step in reshaping U.S. border policy. He issued a new executive order in May 2024, which limits daily asylum applications to 2,500. This decision marks a stark departure from Biden's earlier promises, where he had pledged a more humane approach to immigration. Now his administration grapples with an overwhelming surge at the southern border. The order has ignited a firestorm of debate, with many questioning whether it undermines the very principles of asylum. The new policy represents a significant shift. For decades, the US has positioned itself as a beacon of hope for those fleeing persecution. The right to seek asylum is enshrined in international law. The US has historically upheld this right, even during periods of high migration. Biden's new order casts a shadow of uncertainty on this long-standing commitment. It raises questions about the future of asylum in the United States. The Biden administration cites multiple reasons for the 2,500 daily cap on asylum applications. A primary factor is the unprecedented surge in migration at the southern border. Since Biden took office, border officials have encountered record numbers of migrants. Many are fleeing violence, poverty, and persecution in Central America. The influx has overwhelmed border facilities and resources, creating a humanitarian and logistical crisis. The administration argues that the cap is necessary to restore order and control at the border. By limiting the number of asylum seekers processed each day, officials aim to expedite case processing and reduce the backlog. They believe this will allow them to provide more efficient and humane treatment to those seeking protection. The administration emphasizes that the cap is a temporary measure. They claim it will remain in place until they can address the root causes of migration from Central America. However, critics view the cap as a thinly veiled attempt to deter asylum seekers and restrict access to protection. They argue that the administration is prioritizing border security over humanitarian obligations. They point out that genuine asylum seekers often have no choice but to cross the border irregularly. These migrants face dangerous journeys and limited options. Critics believe that the cap will force desperate individuals to resort to more perilous routes, potentially enriching smugglers and criminal organizations. The debate surrounding the 2,500 daily cap highlights the complexities of immigration policy. There are no easy solutions. The Biden administration faces a delicate balancing act. They must address the immediate challenges at the border while upholding humanitarian commitments. The effectiveness and long-term implications of the cap remain to be seen. What is clear is that it will have a profound impact on the lives of migrants seeking refuge in the United States. The response to Biden's executive order has been swift and divided, reflecting the deep polarization surrounding immigration in the United States. Migrant advocates have vehemently condemned the move, calling it cruel and inhumane. They argue that it denies vulnerable individuals their legal right to seek asylum, potentially sending them back to face persecution and violence. Human rights organizations have also expressed grave concerns, warning that the cap violates international law and undermines the principle of non-refoulement, which prohibits returning individuals to a country where they face a threat of harm. Meanwhile, Republicans and some moderate Democrats have largely supported the move, arguing that it is necessary to regain control of the border and deter irregular migration. They contend that the previous administration's policies, which were widely criticized as inhumane, encouraged a surge in illegal crossings. They believe that the Biden administration's new approach, while imperfect, is a step in the right direction. The international community has also weighed in on the issue with mixed reactions. Some countries have expressed understanding for the challenges facing the United States and supported efforts to manage migration flows. However, others have voiced concern over the potential humanitarian consequences of the new policy, urging the Biden administration to reconsider its approach. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees has called for the US to uphold its international obligations and ensure that individuals seeking asylum have access to fair and efficient procedures. The debate over Biden's asylum policy highlights the complex and often contentious nature of immigration in the United States. It is a multifaceted issue with no easy solutions, and the perspectives of stakeholders vary widely. As the Biden administration navigates this challenging terrain, it faces the daunting task of balancing border security concerns with humanitarian considerations, all while grappling with deep-seated political divisions. The full impact of Biden's executive order on the future of US asylum policy remains to be seen. However, the move signals a potential shift towards a more restrictive approach, prioritizing border control measures over humanitarian concerns. The 2,500 daily cap on asylum applications, though framed as a temporary measure, could become a de facto norm, further limiting access to protection for those fleeing persecution. This raises concerns about the long-term implications for asylum seekers and the United States' reputation as a beacon of hope for the vulnerable. The Biden administration faces mounting pressure to address the root causes of migration from Central America, such as poverty, violence, and climate change. Investing in sustainable development, promoting human rights, and addressing climate displacement in the region are crucial steps towards mitigating the factors that compel individuals to flee their homelands. By tackling these systemic issues, the US can help create conditions where people feel safe and secure in their own countries, reducing the need to seek asylum elsewhere. The future of asylum in the United States hinges on the Biden administration's ability to strike a delicate balance between enforcing border security and upholding humanitarian obligations. While the administration has taken steps to reverse some of the Trump era's harshest immigration policies, the new asylum restrictions suggest a continuation of certain restrictive measures. As the situation evolves, it will be critical to monitor the implementation and impact of these policies, ensuring that they adhere to international law and protect the rights of those seeking refuge. The debate over asylum is not merely a policy matter, but a reflection of deeply held values and principles. The United States has a long history of offering refuge to those fleeing persecution, and its commitment to this humanitarian ideal will continue to be tested in the years to come. The Biden administration's actions will shape the future of asylum and determine whether the United States remains a beacon of hope for those seeking safety and a better life